Good morning. I am a couple of minutes earlier today. And let's see if I can tag everybody. The internet seems to be working today. How funny what happened yesterday. Oh well. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Jean. All right, it is time for us to start. And today our topic is trying to control the uncontrollable, which I really tried to do yesterday. And surprise, surprise, it did not work out. But I'm happy to say that I let go pretty easily and just, you know, doing it today is as good as doing it yesterday. So it's all fine. So, equanimity, we continue exploring equanimity. Equanimity's strength derives from a combination of understanding and trust. It is based on the understanding that the conflict and frustration that we feel, that we cannot control the world, does not really come from our inability to do so, but rather from the fact that we're trying to control the uncontrollable. Of course, we're going to lose in this battle, so why even start it? We know better than to try to prevent the seasons from changing or the tide from coming in. Following autumn, winter comes. We may not prefer it, we may in fact hate it, but we trust it because we understand and accept its rightful place in a larger cycle, in a bigger picture of the world. So the question becomes, can we apply the same wise balance to the cycles and tides of pleasant and neutral experiences in our lives that are inevitably present all the time? This Chinese poem expresses the essence of this trust and understanding. 10,000 flowers in spring, the moon in autumn, a cool breeze in summer, snow in winter. If your mind is not clouded by unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life. 10,000 flowers in spring, the moon in autumn, a cool breeze in summer, snow in winter. If your mind is not clouded by the unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life. So to see things as they truly are, to see the changing nature, to see the impermanence, to see this constant flow of pleasant and painful events outside of our control, that is freedom. not trying to control everything, not to try to bend the world and life to our wishes. That's just not going to work. Equanimity is taught as a final meditation among the Brahma Viharas, the boundless states of mind that we talked about, because it provides the balance for the other three, the loving kindness, compassion, and sympathetic joy. These other boundless states open our heart in a wish for well-being. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May your joy never cease. And that's wonderful. But then equanimity balances those heartfelt wishes with the recognition that things are the way they are. And however much we may wish for something, most results are beyond our control. When we practice the other three boundless states, loving kindness, compassion, and sympathetic joy, we can easily slip into a sense of kind of owning people and trying to manage them because we wish to help, to serve, to heal, to rejoice at the good fortune of others. We might be working to generate a feeling of loving kindness and then start feeling impatient with them. Why aren't you happy yet? Here I am pouring my heart out for you. So get happy now. Start behaving properly. And this is when equanimity comes in. And it has all the warmth and love of the previous three boundless states, loving kindness, compassion, and sympathetic joy. But it also has this wisdom and the understanding that things are just the way they are. And that we cannot ultimately control someone else's happiness or unhappiness. And this understanding constitutes the words in the traditional equanimity practice. The words are in the tradition: all beings are the owners of their karma. Their happiness or unhappiness depends on their actions, not on my wishes for them. All beings are the owners of their karma. Their happiness or unhappiness depends on their actions, not on my wishes for them. This, of course, does not mean that we don't care. We do care and we should. We just choose to open up our hearts and to offer as much love, compassion, and rejoicing as we possibly can, and we also let go of results. So since the traditional verse contains the word karma, I want to touch a little bit on that. We're not going to go into this whole discourse of karma and past lives and how it works or doesn't, but rather touch on the simplest possible conceptualization of karma that is useful for our investigation of equanimity here. So imagine the nature of a seed and the fruit that this seed eventually produces. If we plant an apple seed, then an apple will grow out of it. And this is the law of nature. We may, of course, plant an apple seed and then wish, beg, weep, and protest because we want to harvest mangoes. But guess what? No amount of wishing or anguish will help to get us what we want. Literally, what we sow, so do we reap. If we want mangoes, the only way to get mangoes is to plant a mango seed in the first place. And with karma, it's precisely the same way. The intentions or motives that underlie all of our words and actions, they plant seeds. Certain kinds of intentions will inevitably bear fruits of same type. And this also is a law of nature. So wholesome intentions, like loving kindness, compassion, honesty, respect for the lives and property of others, if those intentions manifest in action, sooner or later they will bear us the fruits of happiness. On the other hand, unwholesome actions like hatred, rather unwholesome intentions like hatred, cruelty, duplicity, if we express them in words or deeds, they will bear us the fruits of suffering. And no matter what intentions we have, but if we don't express it as an action or words, they remain without consequence. So when we perform an action, it doesn't just disappear or evaporate. What we do today will have consequences that we'll inevitably experience, either immediately or later. And this idea may not seem so abstract or esoteric if we think about the obvious ways that our states of mind bring us feedback from the outside world. For example, if you're having a bad day, feeling angry, resentful, fearful, separate from others, those qualities of consciousness affect how you hold your body, your facial expressions, your speech, your actions. And on those days, just think about how people respond to you. By contrast, if you wake up filled with gratitude, love, and joy, and that mood lasts through the day, how does this affect your appearance, words, actions? And what kind of responses does the world send back to you on those days? So let's explore this together today through a formal practice of equanimity. Take a comfortable position and take a few moments, as always, to acknowledge all the circumstances of your practice, internal, external, with each breath dissolving the boundary between the two, reminding yourself of our interconnectedness, oneness, and really feeling it in your body. Scan your body, maybe with each exhale grounding a little bit more, trusting the support of the earth. Perhaps stopping to hold yourself up, knowing that the ground is designed to support you. Let your breath be easy, uncontrolled, effortless. The first person to begin to generate equanimity toward is the person who's said to be the easiest, that is, the neutral person. So, holding a sense of this neutral person in your mind, you can start reciting the equanimity phrases. Again, the traditional phrase is, all beings are the owners of their karma. Their happiness or unhappiness depends upon their actions, not upon my wishes for them. However, if you are not comfortable using these phrases, change them however you wish. I'll give you some examples. May we all accept things as they are. May we be undisturbed by the comings and goings of events. I care for you, but I cannot keep you from suffering. I wish you happiness, but I cannot make your choices for you. So choose whatever phrase you want, and holding that neutral person in your mind, send the phrase to them. Now let that go And choose a benefactor of sorts, somebody you admire, who is a positive influence in your life. Send your equanimity mantra to them. Again, I'll repeat the traditional one and some choices. The traditional being: all beings are the owners of their karma. Their happiness or unhappiness depends on their actions, not on my wishes for them. Or you can simply say, I wish you happiness, but cannot make your choices for you. Or may we all accept things as they are. Stay with that for a few moments, sending your equanimity phrase, your equanimity mantra, to your benefactor. Let that go and now choose a good friend who may be suffering right now, physically, emotionally, mentally, and you really want to help them. You really want to ease their suffering. And at the same time, with all the warmth of equanimity and wisdom in it, you understand that there is only so much you can do. So holding your friend's image in your mind, send your equanimity mantra to them. All beings are the owners of their karma. Their happiness or unhappiness depends on their actions, not on my wishes for them. Or simply, may we all accept things as they are. Or, I wish you happiness. I care for you. But I cannot keep you from suffering. I cannot make your choices for you. Continue with that for the next few moments. And now take a nice inhale and exhale, finishing your practice. And as you go through your day today, I invite you to notice how you are trying to control the uncontrollable, because we all do this. And especially how you're trying to control the uncontrollable in other people's lives, wanting to change their behavior, their way of living, their responses, because you care, but somehow they're just not stepping up to your expectations. Without any judgment, simply notice it and see if you can offer this equanimity practice in those moments to yourself and to that person. And maybe something will shift. Maybe there will be a space that opens up that allows you to hold the loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy for the person and yourself. And at the same time, hold it in a bigger space of knowing that there is only so much you can do. And you need to let go instead of trying to control the uncontrollable. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow.